The Queens of Comedy. Was that because I was some more Adele Gibbons, Miss Laura? Tell me about the Queens of Comedy. We hear about the Kings of Comedy all the time, and it was great.
Yeah. I was not an original Queen of Comedy.
Mm-hmm.
And when I came on, right, I was so honored to be in the presence of 3 of the greatest female comedians to ever do it.
Mm-hmm.
And when I tell you hands down, them sisters are incredible because they've paved ways for people. And when we got together, Shannon, it was nonstop history making because we were selling out in ways that were unheard of, right? And I can remember our first show because I was not initially the headliner of the Queens of Comedy. Some more was. And I remember our first show, and this is why I appreciate her because she knows a great show. Like you have some comedians that feel like, you can't follow me. I tore the stage down and it's over and you can't. And I felt that way one time in my life, and that was with D.L. Hughley, right? But she was the headliner of the show. And we were in Atlanta. And it was one of those shows where the basket for me was this big. Like, I don't care what I said, it was just, right? Samore is one of the funniest. It's just our energies are different. I'm liable to run across the stage. Just the energy is different. And that night, the energy was just different. It was not that she was less funny. Just the energy was different. And this is why I love that sister. She walked off the stage that night after she closed the show. She walked by me and she said, you headline from now on. And she kept walking. We never discussed it. We never discussed it. It takes, for me, it takes a person saying, we want a great show. We just want a great show. And that's what that was. Miss Laura taught me how to warm up food on a damn iron with a towel. She said, bitch, I've been to prison. We don't have no microwave and we're going to eat these buffalo wings. Flip that iron over and wrap that Reynolds wrap up and cover it with that towel. Baby, them buffalo wings were so damn good. But did we get treated fairly? Hell to the no. No, we did not. There were times on that Queens of Comedy tour that I had to, even on that tour, I had to say some things because it wasn't fair. And the way we were being treated, it was not fair. There were times when money wasn't right. And I remember the first date for the Queens of Comedy. And I got a call from my agent. And she says to me, no more C&D promoters. You're in the big leagues now. Walter Latham wants you to be a part of the Queens of Comedy. Okay. Thank you. No problem.
Because he's the executive producer of the Kings of Comedy, correct?
Right. This going to be a blast.
Yeah.
The first check I got. Let me sip before I tell you.
Hell, I might take me a sip too.
My banker called me up and said, Monique, this check is no good. I said, excuse me?
The money jump funny?
Sip again. God damn it.
I might need a little something strong. Hold on.
Damn it, Shannon. The money's no good. I said, what you say? She said, Monique, this check is no good. So I immediately got on the phone with my agent. And I said, let me tell you something about C&D promoters. My money always good. Now I need you to get Walter Latham on the phone. Walter Latham, from here on out, I will only accept cash from you moving forward. You have 2 hours to get the money into my account. If not, take me off of the Queens of Comedy tour.
He make it right?
He made it right. You saw me on the tour, didn't you?
Yeah.
And then one night, this is why people could say that's a problem. If I tell you I'm going to pay you $50,000.25, what are you expecting?
$50,025.
So one night they tried to give me what was not all of it. I need all of it. I don't care if it's a little bit. It's mine.
Right.
And until you get it, my throat hurts. So they had to go. I get sick on them, Shannon.
Oh, you
I feel a little
under the weather.
Well, I performed that night because they had to go get my money.
Right.
Then they started selling shows off. So what that means is now you got different promoters coming in. We're women. We are women. Mm-hmm. Okay? Samore had an assistant and I had an assistant. And both of our assistants were not the kind of men that was going to fight.
Right.
Okay? They might scratch you. Right. But they weren't going to ball their fists up and do no guffing.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So we're in a position now where we're trying to defend ourselves because now you walking up, I'm a promoter. Take pictures with my family. And we had no idea this was happening.
Right.
One night, we were on the Kings and Queens, right? And oh, how Bernie Mac is missed. Oh, how he's missed because he was a real one, right? Okay. All the kings of comedy had limos, separate. Steve had one, Bernie had one, Cedric had one, DL had one, all of them. Then another limousine pull up and they say, this is for the queens of comedy. I said, I will not. I will not. You better pull up 4 separate limousines. You're going to treat us the same way you treated them. We helped sell out 44,000 people. That wasn't just the kings. It was the kings and the queens. So you will treat us accordingly.
Right.
All the kings got Rolex watches when it was over.
What y'all get?
I'm still waiting for mine. That's the treatment. So when people say, why won't y'all do the queens again? It was a moment in time. And it was a beautiful moment in time. And some things should be left where they were.
Wow.
There's a brother named D.L. Hughley.
Yeah.
And until he take accountability, I won't let it go.
What?
Because, what was you getting ready to say?
I was going to say, what did DL do?
Let me tell you. Baby, that voice went up, didn't it? DL is friend. He like, that's my friend.
No, I've met DL on several occasions. I don't know DL like that. Okay. Do I know DL say like I know an earthquake? No. Do I know, since I've interviewed Cat, had several conversations with him, do I know DL on that level? No.
Right. See, I do DL's radio show.
Yes.
DL Hughley is not there. His team is there. Mm-hmm. And Shannon, we having a great time. I mean, baby, we having a great time. We going forward, back and forth. When we get to the end of the show, they say, Monique, you want to play a game? Well, I want to play. I said, sure, sugar. Let's play a game. And it's a game called Would You Rather. Oh. Okay? Now.
Monique, you should have said, I'm too old for this game.
Wait a minute. We're having fun, baby. Right? We having a good time, okay, Shannon. Okay. It's the sister there and there's 2 other guys. We're having a great time. It's a beautiful Black unity cookout. Okay. We're having a good time.
Okay.
Would you say your wife was your family? Is that considered family?
Yeah.
So your husband is considered family,
Absolutely.
Right? Okay. So here we go. They said, Monique, we want to play a game of Would You Rather. Let's go. Would you rather your husband sleep with Lee Daniels with a condom or Corinne Steffens without one?
Really, Monique?
Now, as y'all are watching right now who haven't heard this story, y'all going, they doing the same thing in the studio. They going, okay. That is exactly what happened. Now, I said to the team, how does that uplift our community? I said, sister, and her name is Jasmine, how could you ask another sister that? Well, we just planned. I said, tell me the joke in that because I don't know what you're insinuating. Then you're involving people that have nothing to do with nothing. Like, what are y'all doing? So I said, I'm going to call my brother. I call D.L. Hughley on the phone. I say, hey, baby. Yeah.
Huh?
That's how he responds. Yeah.
Did he know it was you?
Yes, because they called him to let him know Monique's going to be calling.
Right.
Like this, it was getting crazy.
Right.
I'm like, just let me get on the phone with my brother. Right. Yeah. Hey, DL. Yeah. I said, listen, I just got off the phone with your team and they wanted to play this game, Would You Rather? And it was like stupid. Like asking me about my husband and Lee Daniels and Corinne Steffens and his exact words, well, that's how we do it. I said, DL, how does that uplift our community? And again, I don't know what y'all trying to insinuate, but brother, what you doing? Like I said, that's just how we do it. So it is what it is. Now, it got so ugly that my attorney had to send a cease and desist. So it never aired. So we have, like, when Cat Williams talk and people, truth tellers talk, we have receipts to everything we're saying. That's how that whole thing got started. Okay? It's family. My husband is my family.
Yeah.
Now, you babies that are really good with this internet, through the years, I've watched DL speak ill of me. Through the years. I never knew DL Hughley had a problem with me. But when Cat said they all a group, he forgot to put DL Hughley in the group. Mm-hmm. Through the years, I was bitter. I was dangerous with what I was doing, saying that it was inequality. My husband didn't know what he was doing. This went on through the years. I was unloved, all of these things. And I said to myself, I'ma see you. I'ma see you. I didn't go on nobody's show. I didn't say nothing to nobody, but I knew the time would come that I would see him. We were scheduled to do a show in Los Angeles. I was the headliner of that show. His name was on it, then his name came off. I didn't question it, but I knew I'ma see him, right?
Eventually.
Okay, now we have a show in Detroit. Contractually, I was the headliner. DL Hughley posted a memo. Yes. He put out a memo to our community, and that touched me a little different because I was saying, why would you lie to our babies? Because now they're thinking if they send somebody a memo, that's what they're supposed to get, okay? I was contractually signed to go as the headliner.
Right. I mean, you go last.
DL Hughley didn't come into the building until 9:30. Now, contractually, I said I have to be on stage by 9:30 because if the show starts at 8, I refuse to keep an audience waiting.
Right.
That is disrespectful to the audience.
Correct.
When I went out on that stage, Shannon, I made sure everything I said, he heard me. Because now you're here and I'm going to say it to you. Mm-hmm. And I said some things on that stage that I said he was cowardly. And some folks said, how could you say that? How could you do that? And then I posted some things to say, this is what I meant. See, you came after my husband. And when you had a chance to fix it, when you had a chance to say, Mo, my bad, you know, we don't even get down like that.
Right.
You told me it is what it is. And until he's brave enough and courageous enough to say, this is what really happened, y'all. Y'all have never known me to be no shit starter. Folks ain't never known me to go over and kick a sandwich out of somebody's hand that's hungry. But what people do know is, if you kick me, damn if I ain't gonna kick you back.
Right.
Because that's fair play.
Right.
So there was one left out the pack. And when you have people that continually don't take accountability, that's why you see us in the state of affairs we're in.